Well, well, well. What is in this dog's breakfast? Well, I can tell you what was in there. I got a seat concept seat. With the DR650, I got the tall comfort seat. Let me show it to you. So this is the seat. This took almost 6 weeks. Well, it did take 6 weeks. It took 6 weeks to get here from down in the States before it finally showed up in Canada. And when all said and done, I got this as a complete seat. By the time I was done getting ripped off with taxes and imports, customs, all that shit, conversion, this seat cost me over $700. So, I mean, it's well put together. You know, it looks all right. Underside, I mean, I'm not going to see the underside, but you can see the way it's built. So, yeah, this is it. Now, I went with this seat because I'm 6 feet tall. I figured the tall comfort seat would be better than going with, say, like the Commuter or something like that. I wanted to get a little more height. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you with what it looks like putting it on. We all know how to take the seat off of the DR650. If you don't, there's lots of other videos out there show you how to do that. But anyway, let me pull the other one off, and I'll show you a difference between the two of them. So there's the original seat with the sit and fly on it, and of course the brand new seat comfort seat. So, you know, hey, a seat's a seat, except for this. So if you look at the width of this, right where the bend starts, it's about 8 inches on the original seat. And on this one, you got 10 inches before it doesn't even really go in. Not like the other one, there's not that curvature. So I'm really hoping that this is gonna help my fat ass on this bike, because this seat is a prison sentence. I know when I've been riding that for hours and hours and hours. Even with the sit and fly thing on there. The sit and fly thing was a good little investment. The thing cost me $30. I made a video on that before. Hey, if you're stuck, get one. It helped me. But enough's enough. Time for this bad boy. So, as far as the material on this goes, it's really quite nice. I can't remember what I ordered exactly, but this has more of a rough finish and then a nice smooth finish on the sides. So anyway, I'll throw it on and show you what it looks like. And there it is. Mounted on, no problem. It doesn't interfere with my dirt racks at all. I got lots of room. Fits up pretty good against the tank. No better, no worse than the other one. So, yeah. Anyway, I think it looks sharp. So I'll take you for a spin. We'll talk about it.
Okay, so first impressions of the seat. Again, this is the tall comfort seat. I am 6 feet tall. I don't know if I should have got the tall seat, to be honest. Now, I'm not sure. And here's why. I'm sitting up so much further on the bike now. Basically, you know, I raised my bars. I put bar risers on. I got raised bars. I got a 1-inch riser on there, and the feel of that with the stock seat made it awesome. It made me feel like I was sitting in the bike. Now I feel like how I felt like when this thing was stock, as far as my hand position goes, because I'm just sitting. It just feels like I'm sitting on top of this thing. Now, I'm hoping That will change over time once my fat ass starts wearing this thing down a bit, and it gets broken in. I will say this: the seat itself is hard as a fucking rock. It's really not. It's not squishy. It's not particularly comfortable at all. It's hard. But I mean, that's to be expected from everything I've read. It's these things need to be broken in. It's brand new, right? This is the whole new pan. This is the whole deal. So it's going to take thousands of kilometers, I'm assuming, to break this thing in, and I'm okay with that. So as long as it's enjoyable overall in the long run, right? I don't like the fact that it raised me up so high. I do like sitting further down on the DR. But that's a pretty... Sorry, just making sure my fuel's on. That's a pretty whiny thing for me to say, I think. Actually, I don't know. It feels like it did stock. I lost that great ergonomic feeling from raising the bars and for the sacrifice for the seat. So again, I'm really hoping that it actually ends up breaking in a bit, and maybe it'll give me that little bit lower profile position. But I somehow doubt that. Now, as far as comfort on my ass goes overall, though, it's definitely better. It's just because it's so much wider. This thing, that extra 2 inches, well, that covers my rear end perfectly. And I've got, well, I'm not going to say I got much to spare, but it covers the pressure points a lot. So that part of it's really positive. I really like that aspect, that part of it, for sure. Oh, there's a deer. You just stay put, dickhead. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? This time of day, it's like 7 p.m. at night here. This is the time of day when all the creatures decide they're going to go out and cruise, so... But yeah, with the body position being changed, it's kind of throwing me off, like... It's throwing me off a bit on my, how I feel riding here. I just got to get used to it, probably. It's like anything. I just got to get used to it. In one hand, it's nice to be sitting up high. I feel like I could see more. And it seems to have taken me up high enough that the buffeting I was getting on my helmet from my windscreen here is more or less all just hitting my chest now, so maybe that's a good thing. But yeah, the overall comfort is certainly better. Now, I mean, I just got on this thing, and I can tell that, for a distance, I think it's probably going to be better. But again, moving into the, it's almost like a more aggressive body position. My legs are more extended, which is nice because I definitely feel it on my legs already. Not like I was cramped before, but they're much more stretched out. It's actually really nice. And it's funny because I can almost barely flat-foot it now, which is kind of fucking pathetic, to be honest. But anyhow, let's see what it's like on the when we start hitting 100 kilometers an hour. See what that's like. See if the wind blows me around like a fish. Listen to that Dominator. Woo, baby! It's not bad. Not too bad at all, really. Maybe I should raise the bars more. Fuck, then I gotta change the cables out and stuff. How much money do you really want to sink into a DR? I don't know. I feel like I'm riding a fucking Africa Twin or something. just because I'm sitting up so much higher now. It's that inch. So as you know, if you're on the DR and you're going over 100K in the wind, you're going to get blown around like a bish. That's just how this bike is. It's so top heavy, and with my change in position, I don't know if it's gonna be worse or what. But hey, overall this isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just gonna take some getting used to, but it's not bad. Gotta love that Dominator, baby. Woo! I'll tell you, that thing just livens this bike right up. That is definitely one of the best things I've bought for this machine. Just makes it fantastic. So I'm not complaining, and I'm not praising it. I'm kind of in the middle. The thing that it does get me, though, is, you know, by the time all was said and done, getting this thing up to Canada, and after all the border bullshit, the 6 week wait for this seat, the border shit, the conversion rate on money, because our money is now worth nothing thanks to Justin fucking Trudeau, you know. And I don't. People can call it whatever they want. They can say that it was COVID and whatever. Hey, the world's falling apart. Well, bullshit. Canada's problem is definitely with that idiot, and I'm not going to turn this into a political thing, but I'll tell you what, our money is so worthless right now, and with all this inflation and the cost of everything, it's just absurd. $700, fuck, for $700, I could have bought a bullshit pan off of eBay. Probably for 40 bucks, maybe even $100, and I could have taken it to an upholsterer here in the city and told them, hey, why don't you play with this thing? Here's $200 and make me something, you know. But I didn't do that, so $700, I don't know. Yeah, so we'll end it right here, and I'll give you my afterthoughts here in a bit.
All right, well, 70 kilometers later, I really don't know what to think of this thing. I don't know if I hate it. I don't know if I love it. Honest to God. It changes the riding position so damn much. I don't know. I'm sitting up so much higher. I should have gone with the low comfort. I really didn't think that the tall comfort would change things that much, but I mean, just that extra, man, you look at the, you know, size of this thing, just that extra inch, it kind of fucks everything up. Like, you know, I put these risers on, and I put these bars on, and I really like that lower seat position, and now I feel like I'm on top of it, you know. I really feel like I'm way over top on this thing. So it changes it. It changes the feel of the bike so much. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. When I was going 100 kilometers an hour and so on, it actually, in some ways, it was better. This windscreen in the other position, you know, it caused a lot of buffeting. Well, now I'm not getting any of that. But I also feel like I don't have the control that I had. You know, the quality of the seat is really well made, I think. This is the gripper top. Man, I don't even feel like I can't. I'm not sliding around on it. The stock seat with a sit and fly on it, I was sliding around all over the place, and I kind of had to wait for the sit and fly cover to kind of mesh in, and then my ass would get sunk right in there, and I'd stay locked into a position. This here, wherever you sit, you're locked. So if that's what you're looking for, that's great. I mean, I got to give that to Seat Concepts. It's all good, you know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's that seat or if it's all of their seats, or a really, really bad decision on my part, and I just picked the wrong seat. But at $700 fucking a seat, I ain't buying another one. So, don't know what to tell you. I'll have to give like a 5,000K review. I know after 70K, my ass hurts just as much as it does using the stock one. So, I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed with it. But it looks good. What a fucking powerhouse. I love this thing. Thanks for watching.